Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis. Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis. I'm excited, super ecstatic to be joined by producer extraordinaire, PRESSPLAYY, and
yes,
got your whole team here, man. What's up?
Working, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. You making time for us and waiting for us, so I appreciate
the
patience, man.
No doubt.
Making all the technical things happen. I need to try to roll back the clock, because you've done so much. Tell us, like, how you got into business and some of the stuff that you started doing from way back in the day.
I was pretty much born into this joint. Man, I was really no. You know, some people say like, but no, I was really, I was pretty much born into it. My family comes from a very heavy music background, and it's pretty much I didn't really have it wasn't no choice. You know what I mean? Like once I caught that bug, it was pretty much over with. So I've done everything in entertainment from acting, the whole modeling thing, being an artist, producing, and here we are now. As the producer, PRESSPLAYY.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What facet do you enjoy the most? What brings you the most pleasure?
Production.
Yeah.
I mean, I love everything entertainment related. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm still, attracted to the acting aspect of the game. Sure. I'm still attracted to the script writing of the game. The artistry of it. Period. But personally, there's nothing like. It boils back down to the music, so.
Sure, absolutely all the time. Who are some of the people that inspired you, though? I mean, I know you work with everybody.
That inspired me? Oh, wow. As a producer, first off, Quincy Jones was, he was just like that guy that was just like, I seen him do stuff that I've never seen done before. But then I came up in a solid hip hop foundation, so the Dr. Dre's and the Timberlands and the Jermaine Dupri's and so forth. So, and then I got a lot of new cats that inspired me as well. With the 40s and Take Keefs and Johnny Goes and there's a few cats that I rock with. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. It's a word a lot of people use, but when you say producer, tell us more about what that means to you and sort of what you do, because a lot of people don't really exactly understand, all the work that you guys put in to make artists who we then come to know.
I mean, it goes deeper than, it goes deeper past, it goes past the beat making aspect.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's, a dope beat is a dope beat, but a hit record is a hit record. And that's where the producer comes in. So, I take it to the the fullest maximum potential of that entire process. So, from the beat making to the recording to the product that you hear on the radio, that's a producer.
Right.
So, or not even on the radio.
Okay.
It could be it could be just streamed in your.
That's okay.
It could be just streamed on some, on your platforms that you like, but. What's brought to the audiences, where we established that. You know what I mean?
A young cat's coming up in the game and he looks up to you as his role model or her role model. What would you say to them in terms of being able to stride themselves, pace themselves, and also, maintain?
Trust the process. If you really believe in what you do, you gotta respect the journey. That's it. Like, when I say respect the journey, you gotta take it for you gotta take everything that comes with that. But you gotta really trust your process, and in the process, in the process of you trusting, you're going to learn so much. You know what I mean? And that's the whole key of the game. Keep learning. Don't ever act like you know everything. Learn as much as you can know.
I love it. You work with an artist, we'll start with a good scenario, you don't have to say any names you don't want to, and something about them that you really admired and recommend that a lot of artists come to you with, be it humility or a sense of wanting to learn. What are some of those kinds of things that you look for or really have enjoyed with an artist that you worked with? Do you feel like this really made the process enjoyable?
Just them being themselves. And when I say being themselves, I don't, you can leave the ego at the door.
Right.
regardless of what your status is or, you know, your talent, that's what got us in the room.
Right.
But now we could just be yourself. That makes the best, you know, that makes the best records for me.
Sure.
You know, anytime you're dealing with an artist or what have you, and they have to keep the show going, so to speak. It's like, you know, I'm not connected personally.
Right. I get it.
Because I'm gonna be me.
Right.
100% of the time. Like, there's no, everybody know press play, like, yo, press is press. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So.
Right, keeping it real.
Yeah.
Tell us about an experience that you had, something you like really feel proud about. You're like, I really appreciate that I got to work with this artist and take them to where they're at.
You know, I've been in the game, you know, this is, you know, we talking about many moons now, but I'm always appreciative to work with all great talent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't put one above another and what have you, but I know there's certain ones that, of course, it's just as a producer, you know, there's certain projects or certain artists that stick out and you're just like, woof, okay, this was one of them. Tiffany Haddish is one of those people. You know, sis is just she's herself.
Right, very much so.
No, I mean, like, literally, she's herself. Like, yeah, I just finished shooting the blockbuster movie. Yeah, I just finished doing this. But we in the studio right now, and we about to just vibe, and we about to just being a part of that process and being a part of that, you know, just that umbrella of greatness. Like, it's just, you know, there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? Like, she's one of those talents because she's just not an artist. People don't even know her more as an artist more than they know her as a, you know, actress and a comedian and so forth, but that's all art. And now she's, you know, being an actual artist. For me to be attached to that is just like, you know, it's amazing to see the growth of her just blossoming into the artist that she's becoming. Is just, you know, it's phenomenal, man. Like, I don't even know how to put it, you know, I'm putting it into words, but, you know, it's more of a feeling than anything else because, you know, I've worked with so many different artists, and you come in so many different genres and so many different lanes of artistry, and, you know, when you get that solidness, like I'm speaking, like, you know, right now personally, that is definitely one of them situations where I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is really, really dope.
Absolutely. I know you're not one to brag, you're super modest. It comes across the moment you step
I'm
in the room.
very, very humble.
But just drop a few names of some of the people you've helped along the way.
My production has laced the ears of Blueface, Little Twist, Jadakiss, E40, Cap G, Paty Cantu, Sofia, Reyes, Young Jeezy, Lil Wayne. That's just a few.
Right, sure, okay. I know it's hard. I know it's painful.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm just being, that's just what it is.
I know you're so modest. I love it, though. I mean, sincerely, because it's rarer than we might, you know, want it to be.
Well, because I'm about the music. You know, I'm not about the name dropping. I'm really about the music, so, you know what I mean?
On that note, I want to tease that out when you say, do I know what you mean? Tell us about sort of those elements. And we can only maybe do 2 or 3 of them all. You said it early in the interview. Difference between just making beats and making a hit. What are those elements do you think are important for artists to keep in mind, in a general sense, that make a song potentially a hit? Obviously, nobody can 100% know.
Well, you don't. It's just, you know, it's that. Clearly, it's that ear that you have to work to have. You know what I mean? And you know, you got people that luck up on hits, and you know, and that becomes that tone that sets your ear to start recognizing what got you that. You know what I mean? That what got you that first record that really sparked, you know what I'm saying, what you would call a hit. But like I said, it boils down to them hours, you know. And in our field, we call it, you know, them 10,000 hours. You know, you got to put in that work. There's no way around it. You can't cheat the game. You got to put in the work. And within putting in that work, you're going to develop a sense of knowing. You know what I mean? Like you got that knowing aspect of this definitely has that feeling of a hit. This has that feeling of, you know, and it doesn't, like I said, this doesn't happen overnight. This is definitely after putting in that work and after putting in them 10,000 hours, and then this is just where I come from, like I said. But you got to put in that work, and then obviously, you know what I'm saying, the results are the results.
Right. And I want to tease that out just a little bit. So, you know, obviously we talked a little bit about social media and the internet. It's a lot quicker, and a lot of people do feel like they can kind of jump forward that process, kind of speed things along and things like that. What caution would you give to that young artist that you may feel needs to slow down just a little bit and maybe trying to put out, you know, an entire album in, you know, 2 or 3 weeks?
I mean, I'll tell you, get it. I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, live it how you live it, get it how you get it. But you wanna, if you're looking for longevity, if you're looking to sustain, you know, a solid run with this, and you know, a run doesn't just mean, okay, I got it popping for this year, or I had it popping for this 6 months. I'm talking about the entire run of your existence. You know, learn some more. You know what I mean? Be humble enough to be like, okay, I can learn some more. You know what I mean? I don't know it all. So.
When you mentioned some of those artists that you looked up to, producers as well, Quincy, Timbaland, and things like that, what are some of those elements that you felt you took away, even maybe not necessarily spending lots of time with them per se, but just here's some of the things that I feel, you know, I really helped to incorporate into what I do?
Everything. Everything. You know, we have a grind hard factor that resides in us that only few will really understand. Like, a lot of people say they grind hard, a lot of people say they got, you know, they go hard and all that, but there's a few that really get that aspect of them late nights, them early mornings, you know, them no's, a lot of no's, you know, a lot of rejection, a lot of appreciation, a lot of just self-drive that comes from sometimes no support, but you have to keep going. And that's what I've seen in every last producer that you named. They all have a story, they all come from a real background, but they never let nothing stop them from becoming who they are and making the music that they make and being the individuals that they are. Nothing stopped them. And I'm talking about real life situations. Shit that'll make the average person that thought they wanted to be a producer say, fuck this, I'm getting a 9 to 5.
Right.
That's the shit that I endured. And that's why we're sitting here now.
Right. It is.
Because I made it through every aspect of this shit. There's nothing that hasn't been done to me or tried to be done or whatever or what have you that I didn't survive. Because I didn't let that dictate who I was, because I knew where I was going. And that's what Quincy did. And that's what Dre did. And that's what the greats, see, they say the greats knew they was great before the rest did. And they say greatness comes from greatness.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you dropping knowledge.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sure. No, absolutely. You know, I feel like it's so important for the young people to be able to hear it, the patience, the work ethic. I hear.
You gotta trust your process. Yeah. You know, I know everybody wants it like this. Everybody wants it like this.
Right.
But when you get it like this, what you gonna do with it?
Right.
A lot of people like me, when it came fast. Right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I caught it early in the game, you know, early in the game. And we fumbled the ball a couple times, Bizzle. We fumbled the ball a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's the difference between those that understand that and grow and learn and keep going and don't let that hurt and don't let that stagnate your movement.
Right.
And those that, you know, you don't see them no more.
Right.
You don't, I mean, bro, you don't even hear from them. Like, what happened to someone? What does that mean? He said, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is, man.
Right.
Like I said,
race is not given to the swift. So, in terms of this process, like I said, a lot of hard work and things like that. There's still those really stormy days and messed up stuff that happens, like you said, and things that just simply don't go right. How do you go within? How do you find that inner strength? How do you find that ability to press on and stay positive and continue, like I said, to stay on your grind?
Are you talking about personally?
Personally. Where do you go?
My faith. I go to my God. You know, me personally, I go to my faith. You know, when I don't have the answer, you know, I go to Him, and we gonna have a conversation. We gonna figure it out.
Right, we'll work it out.
And then I call my cousins. I call Sean, or I call Derek. I call both of them. We be on three-way talking this shit. We working this shit out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just you gotta have something that's gonna bring you to that, the realization that it's bigger than you, and you gotta keep going.
Right.
I know it's bigger than me. You know what I mean? So.
Right. It also seems that you've come to a certain sense of acceptance about that. The show is called Music and Medicine, so I think it's a good transition.
Music and medicine, you know, that's pretty dope. No, I like the concept.
Yeah.
You know, I think music is medicine. It's definitely my medicine.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Well, what does that mean to you when you hear that?
It's my therapy. You know, without having to personally intake in any substance abuse or what have you. It's still my medicine. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's my therapy. You know what I mean? Like, it goes hand in hand. Like, you can't have music without feeling soothed. You can't have music without feeling any emotion. You know, music is it's a rainbow of emotions. You know what I mean? So whatever that medicine is, like, you know, that's what's definitely gonna be that's what's gonna land as your intake. That's gonna be land as your music. You know what I mean?
Sure. Tell us about your latest project and what you're up to.
My latest project, I just signed with Pure Music Group. You know what I mean? So that opened me up to a whole umbrella of greatness. Yes. You know, shout out to Pure Music. Thank you. I appreciate you. Y'all believed in the real one. You know what I mean? That's my latest project as far as in deal wise, but you know, we got Tiffany Haddish's new album coming very soon. A lot of new music. You'll be surprised. A lot of new music from great artists. You know what I mean? From Little Twist to, you know, Blueface. I mean, you know, you got a lot of dope people dropping some good music right now. So, yeah, it's a good look right now.
Absolutely. And where can we find you? Shameless plug.
I am PRESSPLAYY on the IG. I am a PRESSPLAYY. Play with two Y's. You heard?
I love it. Thanks so much for giving us your time. Really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Coming through and spending some time with us and dropping that knowledge. That's what we're about. You know.
No, I mean,
I'm to keep it 100.
I'm about the culture, man.
Yeah. No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I know you got lots of things to do, lots of places you could go to instead. So.
Oh no, Chris made that call.
Okay.
I pulled up.
Okay. No. Big shout out to. But you heard it here from PRESSPLAYY himself. Keeping it real, being willing to put in the work, being willing to continue to believe in yourself no matter what, no matter how far things get down and dirty and ugly and don't seem to go right. And then also being able to have a bit of faith and not feeling too proud to be able to say, I can't know everything and have every answer. And then also being willing to be in the footsteps of greatness like we are today with you.
Thanks. Oh man,
thanks so much.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thanks
appreciate
so much.
you.
No, absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis.